On tonight's episode, we go right into some of the controversial topics that are happening in the sports world today. We also take a historical look into the factors that have shaped the perception of mainstream sports with the goal of providing insight and clarity to the listeners. Again, this is True Sports Talk, broadcasting live. I'm Corey Grooms, my co hosts, Ryan Marcus Carter and Rob Mailer. Talk to me.
All right,
Welcome, welcome. Let's go. I'm
let's
ready.
get into it.
Hey, you know what? First topic of conversation. We've been dealing with AAU sports, and we've been there coaching, we played, we've been inside behind the scenes. How could we change AAU basketball? Like how could we reform everything? In light of this new situation that took place, in New York. It's not the first, it's not going to be the last of coach uh Kareem Seabrook, who took $40,000 from the parents, and they were supposed to be going to Las Vegas into a tournament, and he disappeared with the money. These things like that. So, how do we fix AAU basketball and regain the trust of the parents out there? Who have probably had this happen to them before, but we keep having these type of characters, lurking in our sport. How are we going to change the culture? Shariah?
It's I think in the beginning, I think it starts with, it's sad to say, but you gotta start with like background checks. I think it's crazy. I think these coaches now, they're not really coaches. These are
Mhm.
people who are trying to either live through kids or whatever, or you take advantage of the situation where you see a parent, single mom, single dad, whatever the situation is, and you're promising all of these things, and you kind of gaining that trust. You're gaining that trust, and then it's kind of like from there it's all downhill. So I think the big issue is that these people that are coaching AAU, we got to do a better job in policing that, because I think that's where it all starts. That's the one
Right.
of the biggest issues. They're taking money, 40 G's. That's
Yeah, he took
oof, oh
40,000
man.
over the course of the year. When you really think about it, because that's a lot of money. I mean, that's somebody's salary. So over the course of a whole, not even a full year, we're supposed to go to Vegas a couple of weeks ago. So you take $40,000 and you disappear. That's crazy to me. The fact that that even goes on, in this day and age. And then they are doing background checks right now. Like that's part of the reform, but now they going over the top. It's almost as if like when you go to apply for a college job, like they really cracking down on it now. So a lot of the people who were, let's say if you were in the streets and you had like a suspect background, they can be a little more prejudicial, against you in terms of
Mm.
letting you get on the sidelines. But as long as it's not a child related, like pornography or pedophilia or endangerment to a child, they'll let you get on the sidelines. But with all of this background check stuff, it makes me wonder, I mean, I honor it, I respect it, but it's going to come to a point where there's going to be some type of prejudicial behavior, behind it. I mean, what you think, Rob?
I
You
mean, you
involved with
can't blame.
AAU on some level?
You can't blame them for trying to do that, man. You can't. You running off with $40,000. Okay. First of all, you
Yeah.
can't. First of all, you got to start with the parents. You got to understand, if your kid is not AAU talent level, take him to the rec league first. He can't travel with nobody until he know how to
Hmm.
dribble and shoot. That's the bottom line with that. I'm not giving no money to anybody
I hear
Right.
because
you.
I'm gonna know what the talent my kid has. You're not gonna sell me a dream like, yo, I'm gonna make your kid a star. No, you ain't gonna make him a star. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. See, parents just see, oh, $100 million contracts. I got a son. I'm gonna put him out there. Let him play. No, I'm not giving you no money, none at all. I'm not giving no money
Right.
unless I know for sure my son is worth playing there. I gotta know his talent level. And why would you give
But
money if
the
you
Right.
don't
Right.
know your kid's talent level? That's just
yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. Mm.
That's true.
Can't have that.
But
Can't have that.
it's very true. It's just that the problem with the parents too, on the other side, is that everybody think their kid is a star. So
That's the
you
killer.
you have the parents that's like, hey, my kid, hey, is scoring 20, 30 points on his high school whatever. So yeah, I think they could play at the next level. So they all about shelling out that money or shelling out, whatever it is. And I think, like you said though, Rob, it does start with the parents. It starts with the parents, and then it's that bridge between the parents, and then the coaches. But the parents is like, they on their way, and all you need is a crap coach that's coming in and looking out for themselves, and you got a recipe for disaster.
Disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Disaster.
I mean, okay,
That's
so
the
then
quickest way to
now,
lose
so
money.
that's the quickest way to lose money, right? So if we're gonna put some blame
True.
on the parents, like, and we should, I mean, but at the same time, this guy must have built some type of trust factor, to be able
Mm-hmm.
to even get all of this money. And those are the ones
Right.
that you really got to be careful of. I mean, regardless whether you talented or not, that's in the eye, the eye of a talent evaluator, a coach or somebody who played. Like, we know what talent looks like. It's difficult
Mm-hmm.
Like,
to tell a parent that their son isn't, or daughter isn't AAU travel worthy or anything like that. But
all right, let me give you
these are the tough
just a
things that we
quick
got to do.
example.
Yeah, I need an example. Give me one.
Check this out. Just like right here in Georgia. Now, for instance, cat I grew up with, we grew up playing in Wingate Park together, and his brother-in-law, he's a mechanic. He has no knowledge of basketball whatsoever. But what did he do? He went and paid, because he think his son is nice. He went and paid to get involved with AAU. The center, wherever it
Mm-hmm.
was at, the school, they put him on. Like, he talked the game, but what he do? He had to go hire my man to be the coach, because he don't know
Right.
nothing about coaching. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now parents thought he knew the game, signing their kids up with his team, and then when my man he was the coach, he quit and he became the coach. Parents are now looking around like, oh, I thought you knew how to coach. No, this dude don't even know anything. You didn't find out anything about him. You just knew that this was a traveling team, and you started shelling out money.
Wow.
This dude is a mechanic. He couldn't even
Wow.
tell you what a 2-3 is, a 3-2, trap, none of that. Only thing he know how to do is get kicked out of games every week.
Okay.
That's it.
I know
That's it.
that's funny, because I know some people like that. But then let's look at it like this. Okay, so what's the big deal with getting on a traveling team? Like, I know it sounds like a crazy question, but it's really not.
They think they're going to be seen. They feel like their kids are going to be seen.
Yep.
Seen by who though?
Scouts, colleges, high
Scouts,
schools,
coaches.
whoever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like, oh,
That's
he's on the AAU team. They found this kid here. So I know my kid, they can find my kid. Everybody got the pipe
exactly.
dream. It's a pipe dream.
And that's what it is. And nobody is talking reality. Nobody is actually looking at the realistic things on what's what. Everybody's just looking at, oh, well, my homeboy got such and such, or he played in such and such. Like New York City, it's like, oh, the Gauchos and all that other stuff, and it's like, that's what people are looking at. And you're like, how, like, Corey, we talked about this before, about the 20,000 AAU teams in New York. That's crazy.
Yeah,
It is bananas how many teams. So it's a pipe dream. It's like these coaches, these parents is like, you feel bad. On one hand, you have the parents who don't know and who really just don't know, and they really are just trying to help their kid, and whatever. They may not even know how good the kid is, but they just know, hey, my kid loves to play. I ran into kids like that where, it's a kid, 6'8", he's big, he's kind of raw, but people are gonna look at him. He's 6'8". So, the mom's like, hey, I don't really know. I'm not familiar with anything. So I'm taking your word. You're the coach. You should know, or You're telling me what you know, and the parents don't know any better, and that's what's happening. So it's it's a slippery slope for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very slippery, because come on, we go in there, we trying to teach somebody, teach them the game, and the first thing we need to do, we need to, have a forum with the parents. So, but it needs to be
Right,
a realistic. Like before you think your child is to the pros, how about we learn about the business, the actual,
right,
if you're not getting 100 letters, by the time you're in the 10th grade, that you're not really being recruited. You can't tell me that your
right,
kid is going to go to Duke because you got a introductory letter from admissions since you contacted them for an application. That doesn't mean that they're recruiting
right.
you. I get a lot of misguided statements, and I try to help people that are
Yes,
sincere. Like I've
yes.
seen kids that kid is not Division 1 ready right now. That's not to say that he can't be, but you
man. When
can't
you
Right,
tell
tell
me
them
that,
that,
oh, he's getting
when
recruited
you
by
tell them
Florida
that,
State.
they hurt. They hurt. You hurt their
Yeah,
feelings
well,
when
yes.
you tell them that.
Yeah,
I heard their
you
feelings,
hating
but
when you tell them that, and but I mean that's yeah. I mean that's the thing. That's what we trying to. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what you trying to do. That's what we all trying to do. Is that listen? If you're not getting a certain amount of letters, and also even if you are getting those letters, it does not mean that they specifically want you. They're sending these letters out to hundreds of other kids. So it's a
right.
matter of seeing what you get back. Hey, let's send out a mass, let's send it all out, see who responds. So half probably won't even be able to be admitted because they don't have the grades. So it's always, people think, yo, I got a letter from. I remember a couple of years ago, I had a kid tell me he got a letter from Georgetown, and yeah, I'm being recruited by Georgetown. Now, even to this
Right.
day, anytime I hear anybody tell me I'm being recruited by a certain team or top 10 team, top 25 team, whoever, I'm always like, how do you know that? Have you
Right, right.
have you done a visit? And they look at me crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm being very honest with you. I'm asking you a question. So it's people just they don't get it. They really don't. They see this AAU stuff and they just think, hey, AAU equals college scholarship. And it don't work that way.
I'm gonna tell you what
Mm-mm.
equals. AAU equals a lot of money. Okay, because I know when you go to the
Yeah.
national
Yeah.
tournaments, it's seven hundred
Oh, you
dollars to
tell
get
it.
into the tournament, and there's nothing wrong with that because the
Word.
referees need to be paid and all of that stuff, and they work a lot of games. But $700 to enter the tournament is one thing. Then you have to go down there
Yep.
for maybe 4 or 5 days, and you got to stay in a hotel. So I get it; it builds money in that community where it is. But where is it? Right around Disney World. Come on,
Yep.
they really? I understand that why they got to have it there because that's where the headquarters is. But like,
Right.
let's really
Right.
think about all of the money that gets funneled in that community where Disney World is during AAU nationals. I mean, they make
Right.
so much money. There's nothing wrong with that,
Killing.
but AAU is big business, and
Big
Yeah.
business.
if we don't have it's real big business, and if we don't have some type of reform, we always gonna have 35 and 40 New York teams, because we never get together on anything. Like we'll send down 40
Right.
teams and then we'll run
Yep.
into a team like Georgia All Stars. They'll have like 10, 15 people from all over the state and they'll be
Right.
on one team.
Exactly.
And we'll
Yep.
have people they from different boroughs and they can't even get on the same
Right.
team or in the same borough.
Yep.
We can't have a
Oh, in the
Brooklyn All
same
Star,
borough.
Queens All
Yep.
Star. Yeah, like so it's bad like that. And this is not just in New York. This is everywhere. And I've seen like
Everywhere.
Maryland
Hmm.
All Stars, and we'll have New Heights, Gaucho. I'm just throwing some names out there. Aim High, New York Lightning. Like it's just a bunch of teams. If we really want to make a dent in the game, in the AAU game, then we would have had a massive tryout. We would have had like 10 teams
Hmm.
and the best of the
Right.
best go represent. Because every time I
Right.
turn on ESPN or one of the college, basketball stations, and it's a game on, they're always talking about how, New York City has fallen. We don't have anybody that's coming out. We don't have McDonald's All Americans. But if you look at the talent nationwide, it's on a low scale in comparison to what it was 10, 15 years ago. I understand, like,
Right.
it's not an age thing. It's not because I was born in a different era. We talking about what you see on the court. Like the fundamentals are lacking. And that really goes into the whole, it's a product thing. People don't understand that. It's a product. When I look at television and the Final Four is on and I see 3 Nike schools, okay, in the Final Four, it's about product. They're walking billboards. All right. I want to see a good game. I want to see high IQ basketball. We don't see that. We don't get to see that. What we seeing right now is a bunch of people going to the basket trying to get fouled or make 3-pointers. Now, if they get fouled, half of them can't even shoot foul shots. What are you working on as a child then?
Right.
What are you really doing? You walking around, you getting free stuff, free sneakers, free gear, you traveling, people is eating. Well, then again, when you get to college, you don't really eat. That's what Shabazz Napier said.
Right.
He was hungry. And I believe him because they really exploit college athletes.
They do.
Hey, he was hungry.
Like,
and I believe him.
You can't get you
They
can't get no butter on that bagel.
After a certain time. Nah, you can't eat after a certain time at night and all that nonsense.
Exactly.
But
Just
think about it. Just think about the whole culture. It's entertainment, and you're supposed to show me a good product, right? But when I look at TV, that's not what I'm seeing. I mean, the coaching is okay, but degrade the coaching.
I don't see that at all, son.
I don't either.
I don't see that at all. I see pimp mentality. They pimping straight up.
You see that?
Pimping these kids. They pimping these kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You don't have no choice. If you go to Kentucky, you gotta wear Nike. You ain't gonna step. He ain't gonna let you step out on the court with Reeboks on if you want to wear Reeboks. That ain't.
Well, you can't. Well, that's the deal when you go there.
It's like a pimp. A pimp tell they look, you gonna stand on this corner. This is where you gonna stand and play. You ain't gonna do
this your spot.
Exactly. So, it ain't nothing different. It's nothing different. They just pimping them. They getting the coaches is making millions of dollars, and the kids is making nothing. There's no way you're gonna tell me this kid Napier, who played on 2 championship teams, is saying he's hungry. That's just crazy. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Nah, you gonna tell me Fab Five does a documentary and they telling you they was hungry, and meanwhile the whole world was wearing their jerseys. They changed the whole culture. So, that's pimping. That's pimping, man. And you ain't getting good basketball. So.
Right. So okay, now technically, because it's technicalities, I guess. Yeah, you getting pimped. You can't eat when you want to eat. You got a cost of living gap in between what your scholarship offers and what the total cost of the education is for the school. And they had a documentary on Netflix last year, the cost of going to college, like the business of college sports. It was something like that. And I think it was called Schooled. And it was talking about that, the difference between what your scholarship covers and what the total cost for every student is roughly like $2,000 to $3,000 for the year. So even if you full scholarship, you still got a gap, and you can't work, and you practicing, 30 hours a week. You know what I mean? You flying around the country. I'm just dealing with the big dogs right now. The Division I, top 6 conferences. I'm just going to deal with them right now. And I'm not even going to really touch on football in this segment because football is a whole nother beast. But, the basketball, we could directly tie that to with the trophy culture in sports. When did it become cool to get a participation trophy? Can one of y'all tell me that?
It became cool.
I really want to know, man.
It became cool.
I want to know.
When parents got more heavily involved, man. They want to see something for their money. They want to see something for the money. I paid $300 for you to play. You ain't even get a trophy. That's how parents sound.
Well, you paid $300 for him to travel, not really play. That's the travel.
They want to see something though.
To them, it's all the same, right? They want exactly. Yeah. I don't know when that happened, when that started because it just kind of seemed like it crept in. I don't even know when, but
Yeah,
I think well, for me personally, I remember it's getting going about 2000. Maybe
damn.
around there, around 2000, 2001, when I started seeing it popping up, like people getting trophies just for being in a tournament, or but they wasn't doing it in every tournament. I do know that,
Right.
but it was popping up. It wasn't in basketball. It was more like probably in soccer or baseball. Like this whole, I want to make a kid feel good, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
But there should be some teaching that goes along with that. Show a kid when he comes into your practice facility or your gym or whatever, he's raw. He doesn't know the game. Get him or her to understand that the more you work on your game and the more that you get to see results, that's how you earn time on the floor. That's how you
Mhm.
don't get embarrassed when you're on the floor. Because I've seen kids get shell shocked. They get thrown out there and everything is
Right.
going on around them and they stuck and they can't move.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we trying to win the game because it ain't about winning, but you do want to win the game. But it's
Mhm.
embarrassing to the parent and it's embarrassing for the kid because he wants to do well or she wants to do well, but they don't know what to do. And you paid all this money. What you really should be paying for is them to get trained and not really
Right.
about, you know, paying for them to travel all over the place and sit on the bench while the dude who can't even afford to be on the trip, you paid for him, really. If we really want to
Right.
talk about what really
Right.
goes on,
Pretty
I'm
much.
gonna be truthful with y'all, on every
Right.
segment. Because this is what goes on. That dude that I'm
Mhm.
not gonna say project guy, but I know some dudes that was in the projects when I was growing up. They was very good, man, but they couldn't afford $300-400 for no. And I'm talking
Yep.
about in the '80s.
well,
Okay, so
yeah,
300,
Mhm.
$400 in the '80s is about 800-900 now. So
and
Yep.
that's about
we
how
can't
much it
afford that.
costs.
It's how much
That's
it
Yep.
about how
costs,
much it
per
costs.
year for a traveling team for any travel team. And back then, you would get selected, you would get put on the team, and
Yeah,
they would sponsor you. You didn't have to put up no money. Now we got a bunch of people
Right.
putting up money, and
Mhm.
it's for this elite group of kids to go. These 10 or 15 kids, but everybody's not playing. I've been to a
Right.
few recruiting trips where I'll go and I watch a prep school, and they bring kids from all over the country, and I'm sitting there, and this is bench warmer kid. He telling me he got Division 1s. Like, how do you have it? They didn't even see you play. You ain't playing all weekend. Like what? Like how could you? And I know
Yeah.
I was Division 3 at the time, but how can you sit there and tell me that you got all these schools, but you're not playing? I'm talking about I've been there 3 days in a
Right.
row. You didn't get off the bench, but
Right.
because you perceive Division 3 to be so bad, or excuse me, not elite, that you're not going to talk to the coach. I mean, what really happened is this. You got to really think about it like this. When we started sending kids, to the whole TV thing, because I know the historically black colleges, they couldn't keep up, financially because it ain't their
Mhm.
system. But we got the talent pool. So if we was staring kids or getting kids to go, to black schools, you would get more advertisement for those black schools. The talent is there. It's just that now we so
Mhm.
brainwashed into thinking that you gotta go to Duke, you gotta go to UCLA and things like that. And it is like that now because the mentality is different. But if you talented, you can't tell me that Carmelo Anthony, he could have went to University of Baltimore, Maryland,
Right.
Baltimore County College. Still was gonna go pro.
Mhm.
I don't care where he was.
Right.
he could have went to Morgan. He
The-
could have went to Morgan State.
he could have Morgan State,
Right.
Coppin State.
Right.
LeBron
No,
James could have went
would have went
to
to Coppin
he could
State.
have went to
Yeah.
Cleveland
Yep.
State, or he could have went to Akron. LeBron
Yep.
James could have went to Akron. You can't tell me that he's not going to make the pros. So, and we got to
Mhm.
start looking at the pros for what they are, man. Those guys, they work hard. It's hard to get there. So when we start evaluating people and say, hey, is he ready for the pros? We got to think ahead. Does she have the skill set? Can you shoot? Okay, we get around shooting. I don't know how we get around shooting because you got to be able to make baskets.
I don't know
But we've been
either.
getting
I was
around
gonna
it for
say
a long
I
time.
don't know
And
how.
hey, please You talk to me. You were athletic. You know, you ran track. You know, athleticism is big. But right now, athleticism has taken over skill. Why?
But everybody wanted to be the first to do jump. You know what I mean? Jump in. Once cats got into seeing that, okay, the athletic, to be more athletic means that you can be more noticed. That's when it changed. That's when athletes came. That's when athletics became important. Because before, back in the day, you could get slow players, but they could shoot. Now
Mm-hmm.
you don't even gotta shoot. As long as you can dunk the ball or jump above the rim, you good.
Right.
They consider you good.
Right.
You know, that's sad, but that's where it's at. They don't care if you can
Right.
shoot. They don't care. You can get a big man who has, look how many big men. Matter of fact, there is no big man right now that has any polished moves. Probably the closest thing to one was maybe Towns that came out this year that you could say had
Mm-hmm.
some type of moves with his back to the basket and had a little jump hook and things like that. But other than that, the average big man nowadays, he can't post up. He can't do anything on a box offensively. They don't even,
Right.
but he could
They
jump
want to
out
be
the
guards.
gym though. He can jump out the gym though. He can run like a deer. Can't shoot. Can't do nothing else. Can't make free throws. Can't do anything else. So
Right.
They want
So I
to be
guess that's where we
guards,
are.
and that's. I mean, yeah, it seems like it. That's where you got the bigs now who want to be guards. Who you're 6'10", 7 feet, but nobody want to get on the box no more. Bang down low.
Yeah,
Nobody want to get rebounds.
like
That's true.
Everybody like,
he
yeah.
said
Now
I don't want
everybody
to play
just
center.
like, what you mean you don't want to play?
7-footer.
It's
As a 7-footer, you don't want to
the
play center.
culture.
You're a 7-footer,
The-
but you take meetings because you don't want to play center. No, I don't want to play center. So what do you think Popovich's gonna do to you? He gonna put your ass on the center. Cause Tim Duncan
Like,
down
you gonna
there
play
40.
center.
Exactly.
Exactly. Nah, he want to stand out. He want to take the 15-footers. So it's the game has completely changed because now it's all athleticism. It's relying on that. Hey, if I can go baseline and I can cram it on somebody, but then I get fouled. I missed the shot. I get fouled. Now I got to go make a free throw, and I can't make a free throw. I think that's just ridiculous. Right. You can't make a goddamn free throw. That's a problem.
But you want $20 million.
Exactly. And you spending a dean hours in the gym and you ain't practicing free throws. That's ridiculous.
So
what are you doing?
So it's what is it that you're on? Because if you're shooting free throws well and you did not work on your post game, so what is it that we're getting? What is the product on the floor that we're getting? That's what I don't get. The fundamentals all around.
People. That's right. Fundamentals are lacking.
It's in all positions. It's not even just the bigs. It's the guards. Even the guards. Guards is all about, hey, let me look at this highlight. Let me do this. Let me do this with the ball. Everybody playing around with the ball. Just fundamental stuff. Get to the rack. That's it. That's the name of the game. The name of the game is score. That's it. Put the ball in the basket. I don't care how you do it, but it's all about looking good first. And that's one of the problems too.
They didn't change the names of the positions. Now you a stretch four. You a point forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that?
I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure out what is that? What is
when that happened? Yep.
Exactly. I mean, either you a power forward or you're not. It's the bottom line. Now you a stretch four because you can step out and shoot threes. Come on, man.
It's a perfect example. Perfect example. I think, Corey, we talked about this before. Serge Ibaka, right? Remember, first got into the league, he was a beast on the boards, getting to the glass, blocking shots, right? Now, last year, how many three-pointers he took? Nothing but pointers. And I'm like, yo, I can't even believe this. All of his shots were three-point attempts. That's no good. That's no good. Because look at what's happening now. Nobody is doing anything. Right. Everybody just want to run up and down, throw lobs from half court. Oh man, it's a mess. There's no point guard anymore. There's like combo guards, and oh man, this is just really.
No, Get a 2 guard, but you're just a shooter. I'm just a shooter.
Yes, that's
When it's
yeah.
right,
Right. I'm just okay. So you can't bring the ball up. Okay. Right.
No, yeah,
You know,
right. That's what you're talking.
hey, hey,
you know what I
listen,
mean?
man. This is true sports talk, man. Call into the show. Area code 323-870-4628. Again, that's 323-870-4628. Call into the show, man. We want to hear from you. We going in right now. We talking about a lot of topics. We started off with the small stuff. I call it the small stuff. AAU basketball, trophy culture, but we're gonna talk about, let's get to some more stuff. This is the real deal right here. Let's get to what's the deal with the women's college basketball players leaving school early? What's that about?
That is ridiculous. Why would you leave to go make 30, 40,000? Just go to, you might as well just finish college and go get a regular job, man. What are you doing? That is ridiculous. That's unheard of. What are they doing? Somebody tell me what they doing, please. You need to go make 30, 40, $50,000? That is ridiculous. That was my thought.
Watching the men.
Come on, man. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. The WNBA they can't even pay you. How many players in the WNBA actually make over 100,000?
Not many. I could say probably like 10.
About 10.
Maybe 10.
And you leaving college to go make the average player they say they make about 40, 50,000 a year?
Right.
That's ridiculous. Come on, man.
Not even.
And most of them you play overseas. That's where you get your money at. You get your money and you play overseas.
You substitute that and
you playing two leagues to make that money up.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's the issue.
And you're playing here. So that's a lot. Eventually it's gonna catch up to the little old girl just blew her Achilles. Yeah. Or what was it she hurt? She what's her name? The chick who played for Notre Dame. She just got hurt.
Diggins?
Diggins, yeah.
Yeah, Skylar Diggins.
Right. ACL. Yeah, ACL. Yeah.
For ACL. Come on. That's not smart.
I don't know. I think they're watching the men, and I don't know why, because it doesn't make sense. Like the chick, I forget what school she was at, and then she started. It was a big girl. She left, and then the other girl from Lloyd from Notre Dame, then she left, and like it just doesn't make sense. Because we talked about that in the sports nuts. And it's just like it just didn't make sense. It's like, why are you substituting that, or why do you think that this is going to come any faster? Because at the end of the day, you substitute. You got your overseas career, and then you got the WNBA. But the WNBA comes first, because once you decide that you're going to enter the draft, the season starts. It's the summertime. So say you blow out your knee playing in the WNBA, how you think you're getting that big money overseas? So it's like, who is advising you to do that? Like that whole thing pissed me off. I was pissed because I'm like, this is not a trend that we want to see, especially not with the women, because you don't make nearly the money that the men make, and it doesn't make any damn sense. Just finish school, get your degree. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with getting your degree, going overseas, playing, having a nice career. Fine. It sucks you can't play like that. You want to play and make the money over here, but it is what it is. But you leaving school early to do that? Nah, I think you hurting yourself more than helping.
And that's
you gotta do that. Mm-hmm.
Why? My biggest thing is, how come they can't make the money here? Because women's college basketball makes a lot of money. The arenas is filled to the brim.
It's true.
For women's college
Where's that
basketball.
money going?
To the universities and the coaches and all that.
No, I'm talking about the money. I'm talking about if they make all this money in college, why they can't make it in the pros? Why you can't fill the arenas?
I've been trying to figure that out for the longest. Like, why is it no money?
I don't think people are, at least the pros. I don't know. I think while I think there's a lot of fans, I just don't think they're watching it like that. I don't think it's you know it's okay. Like the men's game is quote unquote more exciting because of that athletic thing. You know, you throwing lobs from half court. You know, it's a little bit different. The women, I would think, are more fundamentally sound, but people don't want to see that, and it sucks because you know you watching some good basketball. You know, people are you're a little bit more fundamentally sound, but people don't want to see that necessarily.
But they watch it in college. They'll watch it in
Yeah,
college.
they're watching the tournament because I watch.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it just doesn't translate in the pros. You know, the money's not there that way. I don't know. I know some states where it's, you know, Chicago and I think the Indiana team and Connecticut, like, you know, it's packed all the time. I know the Liberty, it wasn't. It depends because I've gone last time. I used to go all the time, but you know, it's just I don't know. It doesn't sell the same as the men. You know, so where that I mean, hell, that's why they only make it 30 grand.
Right.
So it's you know it's just you know it sucks, but I think it's always gonna be like that because of what it is.
Yeah.
That's always stumped me because I understand people keep saying that they don't want to watch the film, but you watch it when they play in college. It hasn't. Nothing's really changed. They're just playing pro ball now.
Or they betting on it. So
you know, come on, they've been betting on it. That ain't nothing.
I mean, you know, that's a reason to. But you know, it's a kind of an enigma. You know.
It's sad though, you know, because you got one culture crossing over into another. You got people leaving school early, want to go to the pros on the men's side, and then you got you know, a lot of women that's out there that play with the guys, you know, and they're talented too, and they figure, hey, I could do the same thing on my side, but the game on your side is a little different. And then the flip side is this: on the men's side, the guys who do say, I'm going to leave school early and go to the pros. No, what you really need to do is to take your ass to class during the NCAA tournament because you ain't ready to go to the pros, but you already made up your mind that you good enough to go, and then you end up being a second round pick or something like that. Now, if you a 7-footer, I say go ahead, you know, 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", go ahead, you know, leave. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you still need a plan. But if you 6'2", 6'3", you better be real damn good. And, you know, and a lot of times, you know, these kids talking about, oh, they're going to leave and go to the pros. Dude, you're not ready. Let's go overseas. You're not even NBDL ready. But here they go. Here they go. Trying to go to the league. They ain't ready. And I was going, you get real bad advice. And I was going to create a website last year, but I didn't want to offend, you know, anybody. So I was really trying to get the wording correct, but it was more along the lines of, you know, stayyourassinSchool.com or something like that. But I ain't want to, you know, offend too many people. Like, what you mean by that? Like, what I mean is that work on your game. You know, get your mind right, because they see everything on TV. Oh, it's glorious, is this and that. Yo, you could be on a team today, and next week you could be gone, man. They could waive you. Like, they don't need you. You know, they can find people through free agency, whatever.
I think the culture has changed like so much, and I think a lot of it is that, you know, kids now, they don't want to work for it. They don't want to. They just don't want to work for it. They just want it handed. Here. You're great. You're great. This is you're awesome. You're 20 points. Great. You're great. They just want to hear how great they are, and nobody wants to work. You know, you have kids who, well, what do you want to do when you grow up? Oh, I want to play the NBA. Okay. All right. Well, you know. So then it's like, okay, well, what are you doing to kind of work toward that? Nothing. They're sitting in a room playing video games. Doing this, doing that. Right. Nobody's working on anything except when they go to practice. So it's like you can't say one thing and then you're doing something completely different. But then the parent, tell it to the parent. The parent's like, no, my kid's great. What you mean? They looking at you crazy. So it's that thing where it's like, you know, you try to hear kids out. You don't want to squash somebody's dreams or whatever. But Listen,
Right,
I'm
right.
being honest. I'm a realist, and I even, I think I've been in that recruiting trip too, where, I dealt with the same thing. You have a chick that's sitting there and that's playing that hasn't played, but she's telling
Mhm.
me, oh, I don't know if I want to play Division 3. Well, what you mean? You ain't playing though. So
Right.
how is that gonna work? So it's a, oh man, it's everything has completely changed, from that standpoint. Kids are just
The-
not working hard.
mhm.
They don't want it enough. They don't want it bad enough. They want it handed to them. They don't want to work for it.
Because
And I'm
everything
and
is
I'm one of those, like,
look.
I watch. I'm desperate to see that hunger, like for every talent that's out there, like a Stephen Curry or LeBron James, that they well, I don't know about Curry, but LeBron came from humble beginnings, and he worked on his game. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, he came from humble beginnings. Like, he had a hard
Yeah.
life, and you could kind
Yeah.
of respect that. Now, the hard life thing didn't always translate into the game situation. We're trying to take over the game, but it took him some years to learn that. See, and those, he came into the league at 18, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a part of it. With Curry, he came in, I think maybe at his junior year. So he
Right.
came in as a
He
21
didn't
year
have to
old.
because
Still,
he didn't have to be
he didn't
hungry.
have
His
to,
dad was an NBA player.
Exactly.
but he
Exactly.
still
He had
worked
to
on his
check.
game. He still
Right.
worked on his
Yeah.
game, though. So
But he went to
yeah,
Davidson where he
very
could
small
do
school.
that. Where he didn't have no pressure, and he put them on. He
Right.
basically carried them and put them on the map because he was able to do that, build his game, get his confidence right, and the
Right.
coaches
Hmm.
let him ball out. They put players around him, and that fit into what he can do to make him better.
Right.
You
Yep.
know, so it worked out for him, and that's what a lot of kids
Right.
don't understand too. It's like you don't have to go to Duke to be seen to be great. You could, like you said earlier, you could just
Exactly.
go to a regular school and just do your thing. Because bottom line is when you go to those NBA tryouts and all those camps and all that before and draft and all that, that's where you're gonna show and prove what you're gonna do. That's what
That's
you're
Exactly.
right.
gonna show it. Because if you're gonna ball, you're gonna bust their ass right there. I'm gonna bust
Right.
your
Yeah,
ass right
and
here.
where you went didn't mean a damn thing. Because I
It
know,
don't matter.
Nobody
back in the
cared
day
at that
when I
point.
went,
Nobody
I
knew.
went to a
Nobody knew.
pre-draft camp.
Nobody knew where Damian Lillard came from. But he went up in there and
Right.
bust their
Exactly.
ass, and then next thing you know, he was like third, fourth pick in the draft. Now he's making 120 million.
Yep.
Yeah, you
And
know
a
what I'm
Right.
sneaker
saying?
deal.
Exactly. You know what
You
I'm
And the
know,
saying?
sneaker
I
deal.
mean,
So
Let's not
at
leave
the,
that out.
at the
it's
end of the
yeah.
day, that's what it is. You know. So
But
you
At
don't
the end
have
of the
I
to.
day,
get
I think
that.
the sneaker deal is more important than your actual NBA
Yeah.
contract, because you could be out of the
Yeah.
league but still getting paid by the sneaker
But you
deal.
still getting that
Depending
Yeah,
on
sneaker
you.
money. Yep.
they're
Exactly.
getting that
Woo.
sneaker money.
Exactly.
A lot
Listen,
of the
But
I
it's
players
ain't
getting
mad
that
at.
sneaker money.
people
Yeah.
just it's what's on TV. People see that up. I want to go to Duke. I want to go to such and such.
Kentucky.
And it's like you just throw your hands up. Sometimes I just feel like, oh, I don't even want to have this conversation, because it's like, I know for me, when I was coming out of high school and I was being recruited, my whole thing was like, I want to play, I want to play Division 1. That was, was on my list. But
Right.
my number one thing at 17 years old was, I'm not sitting behind anybody. And that was my
Exactly.
whole thing. I was like, I got recruited by East Carolina, and at the time, Ann Donovan was the coach there. So, we would talk on the phone, and she's like, when you gonna come for a visit, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm looking at the depth chart, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this depth chart. That you had like five guards. It was like
Right.
4 were freshmen. So I'm like, by the time I get there, they're gonna be sophomores. So how we all playing? It's one ball. I'm a point guard. Yo, what's up? So my whole
Right.
thing was like, listen, that was the number one thing. And it's like, yeah, I would have, a lot of Georgetown. I went there. So it's like you get the offers, you get the attention and stuff like that. But to me, I didn't give a damn about that. To me, what
Just
mattered was
love the game.
playing.
Hmm.
And I'm like, yo, I don't care if I'm not sitting behind Sue Bird. I ain't sitting behind nobody. Cause I'm like, yo, it's too many schools out here for me to be sitting on the bench for 2 years, 3 years. You know, and at
That's
the
a
time
long
I was a
time.
big Tennessee fan. I was a big Tennessee fan. I love Pat Summitt. I'm like, yo, you know, but I'm like, look all them damn guards she got. I'm not going there. And it's, you know, so it's like you gotta, you know, it's I got it at an early age. And I started playing ball when I was 13. So
but
you
these
know,
kids
it's like,
now, you got
come on.
Kentucky's ruining it for everybody. I don't care what you say.
Yeah,
They ruining it for
yeah,
everybody.
you're right about that. You're right about that.
Anytime you got, he just got what, 6, 7 kids got drafted. 6,
Right.
7 kids got drafted. The bench player went 14th. The
Yeah,
live
right.
kid, come on.
Yeah.
They talking about, oh, he's
Yeah.
going, you know, come on. He, the live
Yeah.
kid, could have went somewhere else and probably would have went higher than Towns.
Right.
Right.
But
That's
instead,
true.
he said no. Instead, he listened. He wanted to go to the bench, and he wanted to be on the bench, come off the bench. He still made it. I mean, he still got the money.
Man.
But
But it's
everybody's going to see
Kentucky. I mean,
that.
what you expect?
Everybody. But the problem is, all these kids going to see that, and they going to want to do the same thing because they thinking they going to be able to get to the pros too. Same thing like the shooting guard. And what was the shooting kid's name? Devin something, whatever his name was. He got drafted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Booker.
So, but that's not going to happen for everybody.
Right.
Remember,
Right.
remember
Exactly.
when UNLV? Remember when UNLV had all of the whole 5 went. The whole 5
Right.
went. How many of them?
Right.
How many of them was good in the NBA?
Right.
2.
Right.
Only
Right.
Larry. Only Larry and Stacy. The other 3
Right.
Yeah, and Greg
made.
Anthony.
And Greg Anthony.
Greg Anthony
You
was
know.
a bum.
But hey,
Okay.
he got in there.
That's
He
fair.
got in there.
No, that's fair to say.
Yeah.
He
True.
had a few years in the league, though. He did about 6 years, man.
See, y'all
Right,
not Knicks
right.
fans. Y'all not Knicks fans. Y'all don't understand. He cost us a championship when he let Sam Cassell bust his ass in Houston. But we should have drafted Sam Cassell and we would have won the championship. Instead,
When
they
Sam
took his
Cassell was
ass-
available when y'all took Anthony?
Yeah, remember Sam Cassell
Oh
went after him.
no. Oh man. Oh, that hurt.
Wow, that's true. Okay, that's
Yeah.
all right. Hey, well then you got
Okay.
to blame the GM. That's the structure. That's the that's front office problems. You can't really go.
That's the
you know,
Nick. That's
get
the
mad at
Knicks.
the
That's the
player.
Knicks culture, Rob. You ain't know? That's Nick culture.
Listen, we could do a whole show on the Knicks culture, but I won't even go. I'm not gonna go in on the Knicks because
we won't even get
you know.
into that.
Listen, we family. You know, a brother and sister on this phone call here. You know, on this show. And I would just segue into the whole NBA age requirement. We got about 12 minutes left. We got people that's listening but not, you know, pressing 1 to get on to speak their mind. Hey, it's the first show. You know, one of many. We're gonna get
Yes,
the
sir.
NBA age requirement. Why? I'm gonna tell. This is just my opinion on the NBA age requirement. People have shot it down before, but it is what it is. They raised. You know, it's already 19. Okay, they're raising it. They're gonna raise it to 20 because in reality, they're just trying to lock in the kids to make sure that they do 2 years in school, so the NCAA could pimp them for that money, and to make sure that they stay in school. But now the smart ones, like Brandon Jennings did, which I had suggested that prior to him doing it, was, you know what? The only way around it is a loophole. Go overseas.
Overseas. Yep.
If you don't want, if you're not college material. Yeah, you already know you're not college material. You can't do the schoolwork, but you could play overseas, play the game, get some money, you know, get your life together, and then come back, you know, through the underground, through the channels, and you get drafted. You still gonna have to learn how to live your life as an adult and then figure out what you want to do. But you don't have to get by the NCAA and be hungry like Napier. Yo, I wish I knew his room. I would have sent him a care package. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nobody child starving. Yeah,
that's somebody's child, man. He on scholarship and he hungry. Yo, he from Roxbury, man, Massachusetts. So he already coming up hard.
Yeah,
come
single
on, it's
mom.
rough. Like come on, he came from a rough background, man. And you going up to UConn and you on television, you win a championship, and you ain't got no food in your
And
room,
you hungry.
or you can't get a bagel after 6 o'clock, and you gonna
You
tell me
can't
I
put,
could go fight
yeah.
in a war? I could
Yep.
fight in a war at 18, but I can't go to the NBA. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you know what? The NBA is 75% black, and they just trying to hold back the kids. The system. I'm not gonna say individual, but it's a system that is put in place. Like, yo, we gonna restrict this group right here. But if the people that's on the level, if we was really on the up and up, and I say we because we all involved in that, then yo, I tell kids, man, yo, go where you could play. If you good, you're gonna get seen. But then it's hard to get through the brainwashing, man. If I keep seeing the same commercial over and over and over,
Yep.
you know, if I didn't have Nikes, if I didn't have Jordans, I want to be like Mike. As many commercials as that time as that it came on television. I'm talking about every hour on the hour. It's the radio on the radio station, same music coming on and on and on. It's the same thing. I see all these schools and wearing Nikes. Look at the Final Four, man. The Final Four had 3 Nike schools. I gotta go to a Nike school, even though Nike foot support is terrible. You ever wore a pair of Jordans and played in them?
Hell no.
First of all, you know I'm a Jordan man, and I don't never wear Jordan to play. They strictly okay. So anybody talking about they wear J's to playing, they got bad ankles. You know how many times did I hurt my ankles? See, you was in there numerous times.
A few. I was there numerous times.
Taking my ass home because I couldn't walk because my ankles was swelled up.
I
got to carry on my show. Hold on, we got a caller on the line, 9402. Question or comment?
Hey,
9402.
This is Charles down in Cincinnati, and I'm just saying congratulations on your first show. I'm really enjoying your flow. And you know,
Charles, how you doing, brother? Glad to call in, man.
Oh yeah. I'm going to be a frequent caller and definitely an all-time listener. But one of the things I
appreciate that. We trying to talk about it.
Right, definitely. And I'm just like I said, I don't want to mess up your flow right now. I just want to say congratulations, and I just want to keep listening and keep on what you're doing. But the one thing too, as far as just coaches and as far as basketball is concerned, I noticed these guys do not play a lack of defense either. Whatever happened to defense in basketball?
That's a good question. Anybody want to answer that one?
They don't do that no
more.
They play help defense.
They don't even do that. They don't even play
help defense.
They don't
the
play
defense. The help is, hey, I'll send them to you. I'll move out the way. I'll send them to you. You know, nobody playing defense because they want to get the ball. Everybody want to shoot. Nobody want to play. Nobody want to dig in and play no defense.
And then they throw, 2, 3, come across court, 3 passes, and the guy sitting wide open down in the corner, and nobody's nearing. Who guards that guy in the corner?
Nope.
They too busy worrying about trying to get the ball to get back, go down the other end and shoot.
Yeah, because it's all about the entertainment factor. But I thought they were supposed to be entertaining us. But I don't see both sides. So
that's why the teams that do play defense win. That's why teams, if you play defense, you're guaranteed to win because defense wins championships. That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
That's not a lie. That is true. That is true.
It is very true. Yep.
All right. Big props to you, and I'm going to continue listening to you.
Thank you, Charles.
All right, brother Charles.
Thanks
appreciate it, man.
Charles.
All right. Take care.
All right. Just hang on. Stay on, Charles.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody trying to play no defense.
Man, defense is like the flu, man. Nobody want
the plague. Exactly.
Nobody want to catch it. So they like, oh no defense. No.
Then when you get a little too fit, too physical, then they get upset. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
You can't even breathe on players no more.
Nope.
That's true. That is very true. So okay, I know we wrapping it up in 5 minutes, but this is probably going to take a longer period of time. On episode 2, we'll get back into we'll pick up on here, but we're gonna start it right now. Talking about the lack of black coaches, black head coaches in sports, and why is that? There's a reason for that. Why
It's a
is there a
travesty.
lack? But
It's
you
a
go why?
travesty. First of all, it's a travesty.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, I can't.
That's gonna be great to get into.
How many black coaches do we have in college football? How many black coaches do we have in pro football?
You mean head coaches?
Head coaches.
No, less than 20.
Yep.
I mean, how many in pro football? I can only think of the maybe
6.
maybe yeah. Major League Baseball.
Something around there.
Major
That's
League
even
Baseball.
lower.
That's
That's
even
lower.
lower.
That's about 3.
I think like 4. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And granted, when I say black, I'm gonna include the people who are Latino descent. I'll include all of them, and we still don't got half.
No,
but I know
not
that
at
they
all.
exclude themselves from us. But that's a whole nother
That's a whole
topic.
nother.
We got another call on the line. Hold on, we got another call on the line. 9864. What's your name? Where you from?
Hey, what's up?
9864. You on the
This
air?
yeah, y'all hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Good.
Yeah, that's Rigo from DC. I just want to congratulate y'all and tell Rob to stop hating on Greg Anthony. Because Greg Anthony was a good player. y'all touching on some good subjects though, and I appreciate it.
Hey, Rigo, man. Rigo.
Oh, man.
I try to
Rigo.
He ain't a Knicks fan. That's why.
See, but we were trying to defend him, though. We did. We tried to defend him. But
Man, Greg was a decent ball player, man. Don't be doing him like that, man. I know it hurt. Y'all couldn't get the job done, but it's all good. We all bounce back. Y'all gonna be back in there.
They gonna be back.
He gave Sam Cassell a 15, 20-year career off of him, man.
Hey, man, Sam been doing that since Florida State. Sam always can get buckets, man. You came in doing what he do.
And he was doing it on Greg.
But I'm going to go ahead and get off the line. I gotta go to work, so I'll holler at y'all.
Definitely.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, man. All right.
Thanks for calling.
All right.
Yeah. Listen, black coaches. Funny, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why there's not a lot of black coaches, but I mean, I don't want to make it, into a race thing, but it's quite obvious that's what it is when you got most of the athletes of color. So, I don't know.
I don't know, NBA 75% black, 75% black, but probably like, what? How many owners? How many black owners you got?
Sure.
One?
You got one in basketball.
I think
you got none in football. You got none in football. I don't even know if you got any. I don't think you got any in baseball.
No,
so,
hell no.
No, it's just
I can't wait. I can't wait. So we got like a minute and a half. I can't wait to get into that.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that next time. We definitely gonna get more deep into that.
Yeah, but this the second episode of True Sports Talk. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna pick up on this lack of black head coaches in sports because it's very important that we understand the dynamics that goes on in college sports and sports in general, where we on the field, but we ain't in them upper offices. So they looking down on us, looking down from the skybox and looking at their product. But take us out, SHARIA. Your last thoughts. We got about 45 seconds.
Well, it's definitely an interesting topic. So I am looking forward to getting into that because it's really a bigger issue there.
Go ahead, Rob. Take us out.
Definitely, next time we're gonna get way into it. We're gonna take it back to the Clipper situation, everything, because that mentality is still there and it's a problem, and I think more of these black athletes need to step up. definitely got to step up.
Absolutely. So here we are, True Sports Talk. Just want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.